Okay, and we're live.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Half-Ass Show. It is Saturday night, as usual, and we are
As usual.
lazy as fuck
Why? I almost
because we don't go
drank.
outside. There's bears outside. That's why.
There's bears outside?
Somewhere.
Jesus Christ.
Hmm.
Didn't know that. Like, look at
Yeah.
I literally opened up the fucking window like, why are you falling for this, Illy? I fucking moron. Anyway.
Welcome to the Half-Ass Show. It's the show where we get together at the end of the week and just kind of vamp for a few hours. We hope everybody is having a good weekend. It's a little cloudy here. We're not going to complain about it. The weather is and the rent is too damn high as usual.
It's just what it is. It's not that
Yeah.
bad really. So
Okay.
I didn't really expect more rain. The way everyone says anything in this fucking state about the weather is like, oh my god, it's gonna fall. Oh my god, everything is gonna go to hell. It's like the nicest, cozy weather ever. But well, what I fucking know.
See, it's like when they talk about this shit, I'm like, okay, and I'm looking outside, I'm like, you guys, bitch, I'm expecting like wave race level waves here, man. I want to be out there on a jet ski and having like an announcer go maximum power, and it's just
I
like nothing.
last night, well, this morning when I woke up, there was kind of thunder, but that was
Yeah,
pretty much it. There wasn't like a lot of fucking things to
yeah.
annoy us. So yeah.
Okay, coming up on the show tonight, we got some. A thing happened earlier this week with DC Comics and a Batman comic and AI. And was it AI? Was it not? You're gonna have to stick around to find out because Illy may have the answer for you.
Maybe.
Maybe. NFT had some. There was a study that came down from NFTs, and it confirms everything we all knew, but does kind of highlight some interesting thoughts on it. And I'm sure we are a week late to the party, but we always are. This channel, we're a week late, but we'd like to be a little more informed in that regard.
What?
We're going to talk a little bit about the Sweet Baby Saga, if you don't know what that's
Oh
all
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah.
We read about that.
So yeah, and we have a nice little palate cleanser at the end of the show where we're going to dissect a video that we saw last week that we were going to do last week, but technical issues kind of held us back. So we're going to try it again this week.
By technical issues is that I poked the wrong button, and yeah, that's pretty much all.
Well, it happens.
Whatever.
All right. So with that in mind, a couple of announcements off the top here, just for community stuff. Illy is back to active commissions again. She actually has several out of the gate already.
Yeah.
So if you are interested in getting a commission from our resident artist, you can. Just follow the social links on the link tree, or perhaps if you'd rather, head on over to the Discord and join us there, and you can talk to her directly. Her prices are fair, and you'll be shocked about. Her prices are so low, you think she had suffered brain damage.
Well, after all the drawings that I've been doing for this fucking channel, yes, I have. Definitely.
And you are board certified, right?
Yes.
See, yeah, you missed your Simpsons reference there because you're supposed to go, shut up, boy.
No, I'm just gonna say yes.
Okay. All right.
Anyway.
So you can call Mr. Plow. I mean, you can get in touch with Illy and then see where we're going from there.
I need to do a song for me. Can I do a song? I'm bad at doing songs. You're supposed to be the music whiz. What the fuck?
Give me a week.
You're too slow. Anyway.
Well, make up your own damn song.
You know what?
Come on now. Go ahead and do it. Come on.
Nothing? I got nothing.
All right.
I'm halfway in my beer. Give me another one, and maybe we can bring like a corrido.
Okay. Also, another friend of the show this week is continuing with our podcast. It's the first indie podcast this week with an indie game developer in the basement with Rockagoth. So if you haven't checked her stuff out, go ahead and do so. Season 3 is up and rolling along right now. And I believe that's all I got. Also, if you haven't checked, I actually did update my Substack. You know, hell froze over after the rapid fire 3 weeks I had, three posts in 1 week I had. I followed up a week later with another post.
Bro, I need to start. Like last night, I started finishing the last chapter because like the person that I'm doing the what is it, the commissions, decided to read all the story, and damn, now I have like 2 persons that are waiting for that. It's like I need to finish it up. So,
well, anyway, if you guys want to find out what I'm doing on my channel or on my Substack, I set up my review policy. Like, I kind of explained where my reviews come from and how I do things and what I kind of explain and all that stuff. See, kind of would be probably the template if we did stuff like for reviews live on the channel or something like that. Follow a similar template. So check out the Desk of Chaos Substack if you're curious.
Hey,
I don't promo my own stuff that often. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, with that in mind, Illy, what have you been up to? What have you been playing, watching, doing? And if you're in the chat, go ahead and share with us what you guys have been up to, too.
I want to say, did I saw anything this week? I feel like this week it was like so meh. Like it was one of those meh weeks. No, I didn't get to see shit. I saw a bit of the Dungeon Meshi thing anime yesterday, and I was kind of in shock because they revealed something that I didn't want to hear about. But if y'all are watching it, like, goddamn, that even though that everyone that is reading the fucking manga, because I haven't read it, honestly, it kind of bummed me down. But beyond that, I've been trying to do some arts and work on my stuff, to be perfectly honest.
Totally fair.
Right? It's like, it's supposed to be like, this week was supposed to be like more free time, and I feel like I spent the entire week just watching podcasts. That was my week. There wasn't anything really that triggered me to watch. Like, all this week I wanted to see Priscilla, the A24 movie, and I couldn't. Like, it was one of those weeks, so.
Okay.
Yeah. What have you been doing? Because I feel like you want to say something.
Well, I've basically been doing my usual routine. Like, I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth like a crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess like a normal person, because I feel like the crazy people are already done. I don't know. I've got to say, I'm enjoying it. I very much enjoy playing it.
Right.
The game can get a little draggy in the mini games. However, I will say, so far from the mini game stuff, I mean, look, we all have the Summer Beach episode in these RPGs, and boy, do you get it in this one. And you get to fight giant mecha octopus on top of it. So, hey, it's a win.
Oh, you know what? I play Elden Ring. I forgot that. And I actually enjoyed it. That's why.
That's good.
Yeah, like, the idea was to suffer, and I didn't suffer. I thought that it was very enjoyable. Like, for a type of Dark Souls game. And everyone was telling me, oh, you're gonna suffer me. I thought that it was very fun. Thank you. This is the first type of, like, game of that type that actually beat a couple, maybe 4 fucking bosses. Like, I'm not that stupid or useless, I guess. So,
I thought you were, but okay.
No, but it's like, I'm very bad at those games. I remember, what was the game with the vampires? Same thing?
Dark Souls, is that the one?
Not the Dark Souls, the other one, the one with vampires.
Bloodborne?
That one! That was just fucking impossible.
I thought that was like Cthulhu-y stuff, but okay.
The main guy is a vampire, though.
Whatever. I know everybody's got like a hard-on for Bloodborne, but I played that and I was like, okay, I've had enough of this and just uninstalled it.
Yeah, when you had it like at the house, like I played it for a bit, but I felt like I did the same thing over and over again, and it's like...
Yeah, it got very repetitive.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like it's... like, I couldn't get out of the fucking place, and every time, some fucking villager just killed me. Like, what the fuck? In this one, at least, I can move around, so... Whatever.
On top of that, another thing I was doing this week is the latest issue of Transformers came out, and Chef Kiss all the way. I remember when Skybound kind of announced that they were taking over the Transformer comics and G.I. Joe comics, and I was very hesitant. I'm like, oh, I don't know, because Robert Kirkman had his name all over it, and while Void Rivals is kind of the stuff of Transformers and the G.I. Joe content has just been knocked out of the park.
Wow.
I mean, I'm commendable. I forget the guy's name off the top of my head, but the current writer-artist of the Transformers comic, I tip a hat to you, good sir. Nothing like seeing Devastator stomp on Optimus Prime as Starscream's throwing devil horns up in the air. I'm like, my people, man, my people. And the finale was very interesting, and I look forward to the next arc. I'm looking forward to... they just announced this week that Duke and Scarlet are getting one-shot or miniseries from the Skybound stuff, so that'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Okay.
Like, Scarlet's going to be a full-on, like, stealth agent, like incognito undercover style. So, and Destro's just gonna Destro things.
Okay.
Yeah, so just been enjoying that so far, and it's just fun stuff to have with that. Trying to think of what else I did this week. On the podcast front, for those of you that are wrestling nerds out there, I would recommend the Talk is Jericho with Will Ospreay, just because you could he chronicles like some of his personal life. He also explains what COVID in Japan was like, and it's like, if you think it was bad in America, it was possibly much more restrictive in Japan. Like, they were literally like unable to ride bullet trains and having to travel to shows from like Tokyo and Osaka, for example.
I imagine it was like a pain on the butt.
Oh, it was brutal, and it's like he was talking about like he had mental health issues and all that stuff, and he's better now. But he had it was like a who's who of AEW at one point. It was like checking out his apartment, like Tony Storm and Juice Robinson were there. I guess Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly were hanging out there too, and then all the other people. So definitely a interesting podcast and worth your time, because just the guy's entertaining in general.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my contribution to the podcast that you were talking about, like all your podcasts.
I never have anything good to say about the podcasts that I hear, because they're just fucking insane. So I just keep it close to the best. Nobody needs to hear that. So whatever.
Yeah, most of my podcasts are kind of political in nature, and we try to avoid that here. And I don't want to force those things. Like, if you want to talk to me off air about it, of course I'll happily tell you what ones I listen to, just so I can get stuff. But it's more, those are for me, and that's when I'm like working at work, and I just need something to like in the background to focus on and hear and kind of expand my mind a little.
Mine are about true crimes, paranormal shit, and aluminum foil kind of things.
Typical things.
It's just that it's really fun to hear the people that have like what is it? Different ideas, and they're stupid. Most of them. So I kind of like how they shit on religion too. So that's really fun. But well, that's just me. That's how I draw things.
Okay, fair enough. So what story do we want to start with here this week? We got quite a bit to pick from, honestly. That'll just get us angry and blood boiled.
Throw a rock and let's see what hits. Anything is fine.
Let's see here.
Except the videos. The videos are gonna be just at the end of it. So.
Okay, so do you want to try the Batman thing and see how that works first? Just get that out of the way.
Sure.
All right. So I'll kind of get that set up while you're getting set up. Okay. Earlier in the week, it was kind of speculated by a person on Twitter, and you can find these stories on our Discord, by the way. You can follow the Discord link I posted earlier, and you can join in there, and it's in and out in the news section, and you can kind of catch up.
Please, close. Please, close.
Somebody, thanks. Somebody kind of accused. Okay.
Go ahead.
Somebody accused an artist by the name of Andrea Sorrentino. They are Italian, FYI. Of using AI, and the reasoning was, well, I'm gonna let Illy handle a line share of this because she's an artist. But before we start this, I want to make a point of pointing out that the guy kind of showed his case. But I'm gonna say this with showing the case of, he showed like edited clips. It's like the whole edited thing. Now I'm not gonna say we're gonna show the whole thing here. If you want it, go buy the book. Let's be fair here. If you're that curious.
I mean, I have it here, but
you're getting to the parts you want to talk to. I know.
I guess so.
Yeah, but we decided, hey, I have a very talented artist who knows what to look for with AI and all that stuff, like sitting across from me, obviously.
I wonder who that is.
Well, that's got to be Phoebe. God save the pug.
God save the pug. She's asleep right now.
Oh, okay. Well,
but I can help her out. I can handle it. No worries.
Yeah. Okay, so why don't you fire up the screen and show us the pictures, and I'm going to hand the reins to you on this one, and I'll kind of come in at the end and fill in the spots and ask questions to you, okay?
So, Brandon told me, what is this, 143?
This is Batman number 143, is a part of the Joker Year 1 story arc.
Yeah, so far when
hey, Rocky.
Hey, Rocky, what's up? Anyway, yeah, Brandon was telling me about this, book, I said, well, let me give it a look. Honestly, it starts like pretty legit. You can see the artworks on this. It's like, this is drawings.
And then it takes a weird turn.
But like then
as you would with the Joker.
I didn't fucking read it, to be perfectly honest.
I didn't expect you to read it.
But then it turns into this shit. Right? This shit is weird. And Brandon's like, that's what they were trying to say. Like this, for example, this is one of the illustrations that the guy was speaking of. This one specifically. Like he was saying like, oh, the nipple is weird. The hands are weird. I mean, okay, I see what you say there, bro. I don't think it's actually AI. You see, here's the thing. It looks like there's a lot of reference photos that they edited, and then they actually drew over it, which it's simply very lazy. Like the guy is like saying like, I don't know if you can see my mouse. But no, you can see the mouse.
I can see it, yeah.
So, like in this section, like I get it. Like this fucking nip is very high, very low, and this fucking nip is very high. But like the fingers, yeah, I see it. Honestly, at this point, I feel like what they did is just flip it. Like the body is flipped because honestly, the fingers are exactly the same. This is not fucking AI. This is what I call lazy drawing. They pretty much did a bunch of like drawings over it, making it like a painting, right? And then I told him like I saw like a little couple of details, like for example this specifically one. I said that's Ben Affleck. That's fucking Ben Affleck.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck is this. They gotta grab like some reference of anyone, but I can see the art, and like in this fucking spot you can see it's like it's just inking over like a drawing. Like they pretty much just lined art over it and then painted. Background is the same. It's a bunch of like effects on Photoshop, to be perfectly honest, because all of this is Batman from the movie. Then they go back to the art style normally, and then they go do this crazy shit. The same fucking shit. As you can see, it's like it's all photo editing at this. It's drawing over photos.
I think she's moving fast, so you also don't read the plot.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with
sorry if I'm like, and then she does.
No,
this.
And you should. That's fine.
Then she does this shit, and Brandon was like, "Why is she with what was it? White cat, black cat? No, it's just Selena Kyle, really old, because I can see like the lines and such. But again, Ben Affleck. So a lot of things I gotcha. They said like, oh, it's AI. I don't think it's AI. I think it's just very, very lazy editing. And you can honestly see it on when it's AI in the hands. Definitely, you can see it. But this is not AI. This is just overdrawing. But that's just my 5 cents.
All right, so you're gonna take it back over to the regular screen now, obviously.
Hell yeah, brother. There you go.
Okay. All right. And Rockagoth asked, isn't that weird to have different styles like that written within a comic?
Well,
yes and no.
Yeah.
And I will say this because I think the argument that Ilya is kind of presenting for this story right now is it's perspective of the character. Like when you read a book and it tells you who the perspective character is, and then you follow, and then it suddenly shifts tonally to a different character. So when the art shifts, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt. Let me just finish this thought. When the art finishes, it transitions, it's sort of viewed from the Joker's perspective, correct? Yeah.
It's what I said, that it was like I think what they were trying to do was that it was like the POV from Joker, and that's how he fucking looks at the world, which is kind of fun. Not gonna lie there. But I guess the way they did it was kind of lazy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay, well, that makes sense, she says. And I will also say it depends also on the timeliness of the comic. And I say this because there are comic issues that they are late because, you know, maybe the artist got behind or something, and you'll have a fill-in artist. So one page will be somebody, and then you flip the page, and suddenly it's a whole new person picking up the baton.
Right. Like
so it sometimes comes down to deadlines.
When it's like, if they have a deadline that is like that, she probably said like, wow, this is easier to do it like this. I'm not gonna lie there, and that's fine. Like everyone has their own fucking way of doing it. But
also, we should note that while we did read the text, that may have been the intention, because what a lot of people don't understand about comic books is when they are written, the artist, while they kind of have, I'm trying to think of the word here, a collective work, because obviously words and art are done by different people sometimes one person.
Right.
But the writer generally kind of lays like the blueprint. They are essentially the editor of that story.
Right.
And they have a panel in mind, and basically they paint the picture with words, and it's up to the artist at that point to fill in the blanks.
Pretty much.
Now, sometimes that, depending on how close the writer, and the artist work, that can sometimes be a simple, I just need to make a rule reference, and then they trust them enough to let them fly and do their own creation on that work.
Yeah, like when the artist and the writer is the same fucking person, well, it's a lot more easier to translate all that. But usually it's not like that unless it's like a small kind of comic. So
yeah, like the Marvel method, from those of you who don't know, is what Stan Lee coined the style that they did at Marvel. Was the writer creates the stuff and then the artist does their thing, and they have to kind of follow the suggestion of the writer.
Right.
And then it's like very low template. And there are other people that's like, well, the artist sometimes leads. We've seen that with Todd McFarlane when he started taking over Spider-Man to go back in time a little bit. Or if you have like a superstar artist like Brian Hitch, they're going to kind of run the show on the images, and the writer's just like, I'll fill in the little words.
Right.
So definitely depends on the situation, but generally the writer kind of has the wheel, and the artist is sort of the navigator painting the picture for the audience, for the writer.
Yeah, and I know that at the end of the day, they kind of need to like go back and forth with it so they know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
So I understand.
That's often why you see like artists kind of work with a writer consistently, because they both kind of know each other's vibes. And much like me and Illy, like Illy kind of now knows with my writing what she can work with and what she can't.
Right.
So I can say that with a confidence.
Yeah, and this it's how we work. Honestly, like you tell me the story, I do the artwork. That's how usually it goes. So.
And also at the same time with you, I've told you, it's like, pick a scene and draw your interpretation of it, because it's 99% of the time probably going to be the same. I trust you with that.
Right, unless there's like a different stupid thing.
Yeah. So, a couple of notes here. I think I brought this up, but I'm just going to say it again. When it came to time for people to be accused of this, which if you're just joining us, by the way, welcome to the Half-Ass Show. We're just talking about, did DC Comics use AI art in a recent Batman comic book? We had our designated artist in this channel kind of run through it, and her opinion is nay.
I think it's just lazy.
Yeah. So, to catch you guys up with everything, DC Comics and the artist have not commented back on the accusation. And a lot of people may be wondering, well, why haven't they said anything? I can think of two reasons why. One, it's so below their radar, they don't care.
They don't give a shit, yeah.
Yeah. Two, damage control, and they're trying to figure out how to damage control it. But usually when they usually it's sort of like what happened with Wizards of the Coast, the guys that did Magic, when they did AI, people picked up on it, and they immediately tried to clap back and be like, okay, we didn't use AI art on it, and then 2 days later, all right, you got us. So the longer this goes, and as of like yesterday, I was looking around online, seeing on all my regular stuff if I've seen anything. Nobody's commented on anything. If anybody in the show audience has anything, please post a link. I will check it out. But it's been all radio silence after the accusation.
Honestly, I didn't have the time to check on the artist, because usually you see some specs of like AI and whatever, but
no, it's generally kind of been like, I kind of did a little check on Wednesday with her, and it generally didn't come up. That's what I think threw people off. It was like, well, this person generally doesn't do that type of stuff. It's kind of weird. That was sort of the red flag moment.
Right.
But I think it's also just they're being very quiet, and that's not right now. I think it's just a smart thing to do, because if they said anything they say at this point could either be interpreted as the worst thing ever, or they did use AI.
There's, the possibility that it can exist is that it's just a collage of effects, and that's still good. It's a fast kind of thing, and like you said, like we don't know really the dateline for it.
Yeah.
So if it helps and it looks fine, I don't think there's a problem. So. And
also, I kind of wanted to look at it from the context of, like I said, if you saw the Twitter post that person posted, you don't see a lot of the words. You only see their images for their accusation. I'm like, well, how do we know that this wasn't the intended purpose? Which was my immediate reaction. Because I was like thinking about it like, wow, that's AI. And I was like, how do we know it's AI? It could be like, it's like, as soon as I remember, once I realized the Joker was involved, it's one of those all bets are off kind of situations, because it's much like the movie Joker. Remember, in that movie, he's the unreliable narrator.
Yeah. Even till the end, god damn.
Mm-hmm. So, if you apply that logic to the story, then it becomes a little more understandable where the art's going with it.
Right.
So, I'm kind of the opinion it is a no also. I think it's not AI art. I'm on the art side. I kind of can't say anything because I'm not that skilled in art. So, I'm just going to shut my mouth.
Right.
Going to trust the person that knows a thing or two about art. And if you guys have a thought on it, please let us know in the chat. We will check up on it, obviously. But I believe case is closed on this one, isn't it?
Well, that's just my opinion. I mean...
Yeah, and it is opinion at the end of the day, of course.
Yeah, because it's like, I know that a lot of people... Because as much as there's AI dudes, there's the haters. Which is like, there are an abundance of those. So...
I would argue that you are a hater. Like, if you thought it was AI, you'd be the first person I know that would scream, it's AI.
Oh, hell yes, but I'm a hater with a reason, because, bro, I do art, and then suddenly some bullshit, like, bro, anyway.
So, the question I have for you now is with this... Okay, let's play the long game out here, okay? Let's say that this guy is right. This would be one of the big three, and I'm saying Marvel, DC, and Image. I do include Image in that, even though they're a bunch of independent publishers.
Right.
This would be the first of the big three to kind of say, yeah, we're using AI art. Does that kind of give you, like, you're not a comic book reader, but I'm just going to say it's like, for media purposes, let's say you found out that, hey, that Batman comic that's so lauded, it used AI art. Would that give you pause to go and buy a comic from DC, or does that not really bother you?
The thing is that you're talking to the wrong person.
Well, I'm asking an opinion. I mean, I know I said you're not a comic book reader. I was just...
I'm a manga
You get what I'm saying?
I'm a manga reader.
In my opinion, they're both one and the same. It's just depending on what country you're in.
I mean, if I found out that, for example, there's like a manga that I'm really invested in, and then all of a sudden, like, it's done with AI, I mean, it will depress me, not gonna lie, because there is a lot out there that you kind of like squint your eyes, like, is it or is it not? Am I making sense? Because a lot of artists, like, you know those art raffles where they give out like a VTuber thing or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, all the artists, there's like the amount of AI reference sheets, it's astounding. Like, how do they do this kind of shit? It's like, it's ridiculous. Some fucking machine can do a character design. You don't have to like worry about references and such and whatever. I mean, cool. But at the end of the day, if you want them to do something very specific or whatever, it's gonna be kind of hard for it, unless they whatever. But it will break my heart if that makes sense. Like, it's now we're turning to useless people. Like, it's been like that with the graphic design, because ever since it started with anyone can fucking do a design, anyone can learn Illustrator or Photoshop or whatever. My little cousin can do it in 2 seconds. Why do you take so long? It's like, that breaks anyone's heart, because it's like, I studied this for years, I worked on it for years, and for one retard person tell me like, oh my god, it's that I can't do it. It's like, it does break our hearts. It breaks our spirits. That's more the wording.
Yeah.
So the question is that if I could go back and buy that comic, I wouldn't. Like, honestly, I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't.
Yeah, and again, you can apply that with a manga too. I'm not, because
a
lot of people are like, oh well, it's like manga or better. It's like, manga is the same fucking thing. The only difference is the region.
Yeah, it's the same fucking thing. I feel like in the United States and other countries and whatever, they go more digital. That's for sure. That's 100%.
Depends on. I think it depends, because I think so yeah, they probably go digital, but it's like you saw that cover this morning for the new Transformers issue that was inked, and I understand it's going to be processed on a machine and all that, but I mean the inking was kind of done probably on like something similar. You know what I'm talking about?
Sometimes they do it digital now, because a lot of like programs right now, like Clip Studio is one. They had a lot of brushes and a lot of techniques to make it look very physical. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So because you really skip a couple of things like the clean up and all that stuff. It does skip a couple of things, but I think Japan is the only fuckers that still do that, like the traditional paper and whatever, which is great because you're getting what you're getting. Yeah?
I would actually argue that that Ultimate X-Men comic book that I tried to get you to read that you had no interest in does the inking like that, because the style of it is just so Japanese. It's very alien.
I did get to see a bit of it, and yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. But I mean, that book is right up your alley. That's what it's more. It's like I came home like I think last week and I plopped it down in front of her. I'm like, you need to read this, and I never do that with her.
And I'm a stubborn little bitch.
Yeah. And hey, that's fine. You don't want to do it. That's fine. That's not on me. I was like, I think this is up your alley, but okay.
It's just that I don't. Sometimes I forget, Brandon. I forget. I'm moving around and doing things, and I have.
No, I get you. I get you, but still, it's like I feel like the style of that one will be probably more in the Japanese style, which that's kind of what I'm curious of how well that comic is going to do, because it's so Japanese in its styling that it's like people that don't know it are going to get jarred.
Right.
Because there's an ad for another comic book in that same book that is so radically different in art style. It's like that actually kind of gives you whiplash when they're next to each other.
Okay.
Yeah. But on my end, that would be a deal breaker. And I think the first one that is honestly going to do it, and it breaks my heart to say this, is going to be DC Comics.
Yeah, probably. Really, because it's like, I feel like they're on a weird downfall. And that's my perspective. I'm not saying it is, Brandon.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, I don't disagree with you, but I disagree with you. And it's not. I don't read that many DC Comics as I used to. Like I'm only reading Nightwing and Titans. Well, and I think. Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah.
The thing is that there's not really a lot of stories out there. I feel like
not.
But like the thing is that they go back to the same fucking things, and it's like, oh, it's the same thing, just with another color. It's what I've seen from DC. From Marvel, I feel like they're a bit more colorful. Does that make sense? Like they have a bit more differences.
I think there are people currently trying at DC because a couple of their more recent events have been interesting. Like they're taking different characters and trying new things.
It's just that I feel like they go back to the same fucking thing. But that's just my opinion.
That's why I'm kind of like excited by the new Ultimate Universe Marvel's doing, because first off, Ben Parker's alive and not May, and the story possibilities from just that scenario. No, the story possibilities from just that scenario alone are mind-blowing.
Okay.
So that's where I'm like, okay, this is going to be interesting. And whatever they're doing with the Ultimate X-Men, I don't know where that's going yet, but something's happening. It's like there's new fertile ground, which is what the Ultimate Marvel stuff was supposed to be until they screwed it up.
Okay.
Yeah, but so no AI there. I don't think the indies are gonna go. If the indies go AI, I will be genuinely shocked unless it's like intentional.
I feel like a lot of. So here's the thing, and I think it's time to say it because I feel like you always attack me with the fact that I never read comics, but it's been years since I've seen something that it's actually good. Like,
I get you.
I don't like superhero comics because it's the same thing as the movies right now. With the superhero movies, it's the same fucking thing. I like original shit. I like original stories. I like different shit. That's kind of why the Hero Connie was so fucking mesmerizing for me, because it was like a new type of story, spooky shit.
Yeah, I get that.
I understand that there's superheroes that try to do that, but it's like, this is not the same thing. And that's kind of why I like manga, because of the stories are so different. And I'm not saying that comics are bad, because I have a bunch. I get it. So there was a time that I actually read a bunch of like, I want to say like visual novels. And there was a couple of artists that did like fable kind of crap. That was awesome. The style was very traditional. They were doing more online. I forget the name of the guy, but the girl is called M. Carroll. And she used to do like a bunch of spooky stories every now and then. She has like a couple of books that I kind of want, but I haven't gone into getting them. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I am kind of tired of the same thing. And it is it is what it is, and I go back to the traditional. Rockagot said something.
All right, Rockagot says, I think AI is going to be the future, but artists will still be around. I think companies want whatever is going to be cheaper, but who knows with the advancement of technology, if it jobs takes away, but it also creates jobs too. That's a fair point with the jobs creation thing. And I think it's also going to be one of those purist things. Like, people are going to want something done by a human versus a machine.
The problem is that right now, this is like the Animatrix robots versus people kind of thing. There's going to be robot lovers, which is fine. But there's going to be people, like you said, that they're going to like the good old stuff. Yeah. The problem is right now that the battle is against...
It's corporations. It's corpo at the end of the day.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. They can do a bunch of stuff, and then the only people that are going to start buying that shit is going to be the AI bros, honestly. And because they're going to be the ones like, oh, I can do that. And then there's going to be a full army of those guys, and then it's going to happen what we did. We're going to be way too many, and everyone is going to fight for a piece of cake. Right now, so
go ahead.
No, that's right now what the situation is.
So I think the thing everybody fears with AI is everybody is replaceable. Because in theory, you could teach if there was a hypothetical robot out there, you could teach it how to do, say, Taekwondo, and it won't have like you can teach it how so it can fight in a war or what have you. That's what I'm saying. Classic. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Rockagot says, I feel like classic art is going to be more of a novelty. I mean, you can make that argument now because, I mean, you know, there's digital artists. I'm talking like people that work exclusively on digital. There are people that just want to do hand paintings. Like, that's... I feel like classic art could be... It depends on your definition of classic art.
I think the classic art is like the physical media. Does that make sense?
I feel like people are still going to do that.
But they already had that kind of shit on their times, which is the conceptual fuckers. The conceptual fuckers is the ones that do like art that they think it's art, but it's not art. It's just like, let's put a robot throwing fucking blood all over and cleaning it and then drive it nuts. That's art.
So there could also be genre benders in a weird way, because we were talking about this afternoon with Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, yeah?
We were listening to a song, and you asked me, like, well, what is Dave Matthews classified as? And I said, well, you could define it as alternative, because he came out in the 90s. Right. Not grunge, but it came alternative. You could argue he is sort of a jazz, New Orleans revival-ish type of thing. Yeah. You could argue he is a jam band because Dave Matthews Band does a lot of jams if you pay attention to them and you go to their concerts. Like, they have, like, that old joke from Futurama where it's like, sorry, we went 2 hours, but it really became a thing.
Yeah, it's like you said, I think he just make his own thing, and that's fine.
And there will be artists that will take AI and use it for their thing, and then they'll be like, well, you're an AI artist, you just steal. It's like, nope, I actually drew that, and I put it in the machine myself, so that's what came out of it. Or they're going to do, like, some crazy abstract thing with it.
So, I am with you there. Look, I'm not 100% against fucking AI, because there's things. My favorite artist, the guy that I tattooed the thing on my leg, that guy in Christmas trained a fucking robot, well, an AI robot, whatever thing, to learn his songs by lyric and make him do a Christmas song. And then the artist that he works with trained her art with the fucking thing to make the artworks from the video, and then they did the video. Which I said, like, you know, this is fine. This is a way of using it, because this is what I'm trying. We always say this on the channel. AI is a tool. It is a tool to help. Because I'd be fucking hypocrite saying like, oh, I don't use tools. That is 100% bullshit.
I'm gonna pause you on that real quick and just read her response to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Rockagoth was saying that would be neat to do an AR collab, but like being able to program what you want it to make and then use it to morph it into something else. Yeah, that's in my opinion. If you're the artist and you're like, here, put it in and see what happens, I would consider still that art. I mean, you know,
Because it's like, if I train a fucking thing to train my art style, oh, well, it's but the problem is, it's out there now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you, pretty much, that's what people are right now pissed off, that they're feeding the machine art without the consent of the artist. That's where it's falling down. So, that's where we're not really happy about. Yeah, it's like, who fucking gave you the permission to do this? It's like, oh, I can do this. Like, bro, who gave you the permission to use my thing? No, nobody gave it. Like, oh, it's in the internet. Like, oh, fuck the doodaloo. All your information is in the internet, so I have the right to use your information. And then they're gonna flip. It's like, it's the same fucking thing. It's the same fucking thing.
Like, I will say this. Like, Rockagoth actually kind of turned me onto it. I've been using Grammarly over the last couple of weeks, and I gotta be honest, I was kind of hesitant to use it at first, and then I kind of realized how quickly my grammar has improved when it comes to writing, because I'm noticing little mistakes, and I find myself now writing like, oh, a comma goes here, oh, this there, because I'm actively thinking about it.
It is awesome.
Yeah, but it's like, it's something you don't think about until you start. It's kind of like doing the reps. Like I always say, when you're like doing karate and stuff, you start at the bottom, you work your way up. I'm essentially doing that now, just with words.
Let's be fair. I'm just gonna be open about it. I do use AR for some backgrounds, but I do collages with that. Like, I create something new with all the bunch of shit.
Yeah, but it's also your influence. You don't go and be like, well, I'm gonna go get this person that did this art. You're putting in what you want.
Hell no.
Of your stuff.
Hell no. Like, I do things and then I edit them for them to work. Because, like, everything out there is, like, so generic. That's another thing. Like, if you see anime, like, oh my god. Every time I go into Pinterest, it's like, if I look for some anime from the 90s I actually enjoy, there's always a million more artworks that, like, they just grabbed this character and made it. Like, it's so sad. And it's like, bro, draw it. Draw it yourself. Like, I love the meme of everyone giving out the pen, like, here, do it yourself, you fucking lazy sod.
Yeah.
So, but well.
Rockagoth, I think we're going to wrap up on this part. There's nothing wrong with technology, but it needs to help society and not hinder it. You hit the nail on the head. Perfectly.
100% that. 100% that.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on. I think we've covered that topic pretty well.
Yeah,
moving on to a sort of and moving on to something that might make you a little less angry.
Oh boy.
I'm going to bring up 3 letters you're not going to be happy about, but I feel like this is going to make sense in a second here. And that is NFTs. So before we go any further, we are not NFT fans here. We are not. We do not endorse them. We do not have any. I don't want you guys thinking, oh, cool. No. We are not fans of it.
Yep.
However, this comes to us from Engadget, which, again, you can find these on the Discord. I'm just going to put the link again so we're
Please do.
all up to Yeah. The Discord, we post what usually our stories are going to be, maybe a couple extra that we don't get to. So if you want to check in on our Discord and top in and out of the news, you can. By the way, if you guys like what you're hearing and new to the channel, please consider dropping a follow. It always helps us grow. We can always use more people, and we're always a very welcoming community. On that note, also fun, most of the time. So the government kind of put out, the U.S. government put out a report surrounding like NFTs and the framework of NFTs and if it's good or bad.
Oh no!
Oh no!
And,
no! Always difficult.
I forgot the oh no. Oh, it falls perfectly on the fucking picture frame.
Does,
that's funny. Anyway.
Yeah. So they put out a report basically saying, okay, what's the deal with NFTs? Are we can they actually claim copyright if they actually took it and made it into an NFT?
Okay.
And the short answer is no.
No.
The long answer is no, but here's a thought for the future.
Okay.
And what they were saying was it's really hard to lay copyright IP claim on an NFT because, you can make it a token and all that stuff. And I'm honestly encouraging you guys, please go read the article. It makes a lot more sense what I'm about to say, and I'm kind of paraphrasing a little bit. But most of the problems with the NFTs are wrought with trademark and misuse. I think we all know that already.
Same fucking thing with AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is. But they're basically saying, like, if somebody came to you and like, I have an NFT, this is my property, the government's going to look at you and go, that's cute. Now give me more evidence.
It's like, okay, I think the Bored Ape was actually a creation of the guy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that crashed and burned very hard, and God, that was some terrible art. I'm sorry.
That was so bad. That was good times. Good times.
My favorite thing about all that was when Paris Hilton suddenly hawking hawking board ape things and gave one to Jimmy Fallon. And I'm like, could you make Jimmy Fallon more of a twerp?
Jesus Christ. I think the last one that I heard that bought one was Shia LaBeouf. And it's when the market crashed on the board apes.
Yeah, so he's doing whatever he's doing for art, probably. For theater or cinema.
Honestly, the problem with the NFTs was that everyone at the start was doing the same fucking thing. They went to DeviantArt, stole a fucking clip art. Yeah, they stole a fucking clip art and started like copying and pasting and just changing the fucking colors, which man, that was so bad. That was the Wild West.
So essentially, long story short is no change to IP law as of right now. Okay. So NFTs are not going to do anything. Just being upfront with you. You own an NFT, cool, you wasted money.
Right.
They did, however, point out that if you educate the public on NFTs and like what the concept of an NFT is, which is basically, it is sort of like a digital digital print or digital copyright claim. But it's more like if the artist put it for themselves. It's sort of like somebody tries to steal. It's like, no, here's my claim, and I have the original art to back it up also. That's the difference.
Right.
And the NFT was sort of like, in theory, if it was done correctly, be like, let's say we put a character picture out for somebody here on the channel, okay? And they looked up your thing, and it's like, oh, that was Illy that did that. Oh, okay. It's sort of like a stamp of approval, like, a certification. You don't own it, but it's like you got like it's like this is the original artist, so it's trackable.
I'm just gonna say that some people are doing that.
And that's fine if they want to do that, but the idea of it is just, it's not bad, it's just been horribly misused.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Very talkative tonight, Rockagoth. Just invent something that doesn't make sense and that nobody understands. People will throw money at you, apparently. I mean, they did that with Family Guy, didn't they? Isn't that the idea of, like, that... They kind of ripped off that, what was it, the purpose-driven, like, whatever one of those motivational books was, and Brian was like, we're just going to leave 50 pages blank because we don't want to write anything, and we'll just tell them, make your own plan.
Yeah!
And it's sold millions.
Bro, that's a real thing. Have you seen the one with Matthew McConaughey? There's one that is like, be better or some bullshit like, it's like, me and a friend from work were saying, like, is it every page going to say, all right, or something like that? But it's blank pages like, here, be better. Like, you need to be better.
If you want to do something that doesn't make sense that nobody understands, I have the perfect thing, and this is a freebie to everybody. You don't have to give me a little kickback. Those isekais that, like, the time I got indulged, like the time I got turned into slime, blah blah blah. Yeah. Just make an entire, like, the joke should be the entire book is the title. Like 150 pages of just a word salad at some point, and then it ends, and then that.
We fucking talked about that one night while we were in bed. We're like, we were like just saying a bunch of fucking things, and it's like, you know what? That would be a great.
Yeah, it's like nonsensical, much like Magic Ninja Robot.
Hell yeah, but it's just funny. That is just fucking funny.
Yeah, so that's free for everybody because we're not gonna make a manga like that anytime soon because I don't have enough patience to do like 50 pages of just random words. And I mean, honestly, at that point, I'd be like, you know what? We're just gonna get AI and do this. I'm not even gonna fucking bother. I'm just gonna hit the print button. I'm just gonna hit the generate button and go play Final Fantasy.
I thought that my name of my story was too long, but no, I was very wrong.
Yeah. Maybe Rocker, maybe just even gibberish with a sentence here and there, and then give like a mind-blowing ending. Oh, you're assuming there's gonna be plot? That's adorable.
There's not gonna be plot. Jesus.
No, it's like volume 1 is just the title.
Yeah, it's just going to be the title. And then in the second volume, that's when we're going to start. But you need to remember that all the title is going to be the first the first 90 pages. And then the manga is going to start. I'm just going to say
By the way, it's going to end on the next page.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. So I'm just going to literally just draw a page of manga. Brandon, we are losing money here. We're losing money. Just going to be that.
I'm going to argue with you. Are we gaining money? Because people are going to buy into this concept of like the one book title
Bruh.
And then it's like, oh my god, the next one. We have to hype it up at that point, like do the big hype up thing. It's like, oh, we're gonna get going. We know we hit 1 million. A lot of you people are excited, and then just like, oh, I got it. Wow, there's a lot of pages here, and then just a bunch of blank pages, and then at the end, just a page at the end.
Yeah. Oh my god, and Rakaga has a point. Like, see, that's so freaking artsy. I bet people will buy it. Oh, I know at least 50 people will buy that shit just because. It's just, and you copy paste. Like, you just need to figure out the first fucking volume because it's just the fucking.
And then what you do for a sequel?
Huh?
Put it in binary, baby.
Terrible. Oh, we're giving out like fucking money out there. Nobody's taking.
Volume 3 will be in Klingon.
Ah, no, that's too much. That's too much.
Oh no, because if I'm using the AI, at that point, it's gonna do a different language. I don't.
Oh, you're gonna we grabbed the Google Translate. That's it.
Yeah.
Black pages.
Rakagoth, the next volume should just be all black pages, and then Finn at the end, and we say the current state of the world.
Oh my god, that's so artsy.
What's that? Remember that show Spaced, where it was like they had to go watch the crazy conceptual guy friend's show, and like Simon Pegg's characters lose his mind because he took like a pot thing and had a panic attack because he played Resident Evil 2. And he started like reenacting like Leon's scenes, like we gotta get out of here, like word for word, and then like there's just a clown on. It's just like a clown or a mime at the top, and it's like, this is not the end.
Wow.
This is the end.
What the fuck? Well, we should do that. Rock, let's get together. Let's do those books. Let's get together. We're losing money while we're sitting here.
The only thing is, I feel like doing black pages may actually cost us money.
Not really, unless you buy the papers black. If you buy the fucking paper black, you're not gonna print shit. You're just gonna put black pages.
I see where you're doing. I see where you're driving at.
So, and we you know what?
I think you're editing one of those right now. It's called the Dominant Ones, Rock.
So here's the thing: we do this book, the black one, and you give out like the cheapest fucking white pencil ever, and at the end of the story is like, draw your own shit.
Oh no! I think you guys are missing the marketing synergy we could get here. Hear me out on this.
Oh God.
Okay, so we have the black book set. Okay. Then we have the white book set that goes black. And then you have to pick your faction, and it's a commentary on something. I don't know. It's crazy shit at this point. Why not? Let's just throw a purple one in there. Why the fuck not?
Yo, there's fucking art fucking books that is like the rainbow book, and just somebody put it like a bunch of color pages inside of it, and that's it. This is a rainbow book.
I mean, look, in all fairness, Cards Against Humanity had the right idea here of black and white cards. They just didn't put it in book form.
Right.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
But there's already books like that. Like where
Shut
you can
up.
Well, they're not good books. They're for teenagers. Let's make one for demented people like us. So
it's going to be popular. So we're going to have a book tour to a sane asylums. Okay, hey, great people watching.
Yeah. People with lobotomies and shit. Are those still legal? Can anyone confirm that shit?
Because I don't think in the States, but in other countries, I can't guarantee. Is
that legal? I wonder sometimes.
Not in Paraguay. I don't know.
My God.
Rakagoth, can we have a page with a mirror on it and tell people to draw what they see in the dark? Is that artist?
Oh.
Yes, but you have to get. How much is reflective paper? That's all I'm going to ask.
It's not really if you get like cheapo shit. Like for the baby crap. No. You're talking with a printer marble here. We need to just check for very cheap ink. What
if we have an expansion pack and we just cut out shapes into the pages and you have to put the item in? Like one's like a pen and then the next one's like a coffee mug.
Honestly, we're already saving on ink because the paper is gonna be black. So it doesn't fucking matter. Like at the end, you put like something in, but like it's the page is white and such, and it says like at the end the monster was you, and it's like the mirror. It's like Jesus Christ, and that would fuck me up. That would fuck me up. Not gonna lie.
Or you know what the last page should be?
What?
You disgust me.
Oh my God. Pathetic. Something like that. Yeah. Something really like ooh. Yeah, I know a bunch of nerds that would love that.
Or you're gonna carry that weight, like do the Cowboy Bebop.
God, yeah, listen, but oh God, no, that sounds awful.
I love how we're like the only people that are like, let's take pay. We're like Nintendo. We're like Nintendo. Like everybody's like, what's Nintendo gonna do? It's like our future lies in cardboard, and like here's us like we're gonna do paper.
Black
like
paper.
everybody's trying to move on, and everybody's trying to do like technology and all that stuff, and we're taking like the most rudimentary thing possible. It's just like, no, we're not gonna make plastic injection shit or anything like that. No, we're just gonna do this.
Jesus. Can we go to like what is it? What is that show where they invest on fucking stupid shit?
Shark Tank.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see that one. They're gonna be looking at us like, what? And I'm like, don't care. Free ad time.
But let us dress up like the parents from Ned Flanders that are like fucking bohemians. Please, we have to do that with the bonnet and everything.
The sad thing is, I feel like if we did this and we presented it, I feel like Mark Cuban would be like, I want to invest. Because for some reason, he'd be like, I get the joke. These guys don't, but I get what you're doing here, and I like it.
You know what would be really funny? That Shia LaBeouf suddenly appeared and says, like, do it! And oh my God, we got an investor. I knew it.
And then just for no reason, Danhausen just comes up like, yes, I'll invest.
Everyone will invest. And at the end,
we get all the crazy people.
That's fine. Those are the best people. Those are the ones that have money.
Yeah, and then it's like we get like Charlie Manson. It's like, how did the ghost of Charles Manson get here?
Oh yeah, he died, right? I think.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, the crazy people have the money. You see, Rockagoth knows. Rockagoth knows.
You're not. I mean, looking at the world, you're not wrong.
Well, I'm not crazy. Why? I am crazy. Then why don't I have money? I'm poor.
Hey, I'm crazy because I'm cheap.
Shit.
Who walked out of that store with a $10 figure that was like $40 everywhere else? This guy.
What figure? Oh, the
G.I. Joe today because I'm an idiot.
No, you're an idiot. It's not the same thing as a crazy person, Brandon.
Yeah, but I saved money. I saved like 55%.
You're still an idiot. Just kind of saying that. Anyway.
Okay, yes. Let's just point to the figure of Danhausen we have in a box ready to go for sale at some point.
It's still no you actually the thing that you told me how you got that, I'm so proud of you. You broke the company. I didn't know this.
Brandon, you want me to tell on air?
Brandon did a thing. I love it. Say it, Brandon.
All right. So what I did was so we have like a variant Chase variant. It's like a 1 of 3,000 or 1,000 figure of Danhausen from AEW.
Yeah.
So I know what I'm looking at as I have it in my hand. Take a picture because Lily's out of town. Show her this. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, I'm getting this. This is like not even a question. I'm getting this. Mm-hmm. And the machine at the store had a thing where it was like, boop, and it wouldn't read. And they're like, I need to enter in a price. The price for this figure is like $20.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of thought off the top of my head, like, I think it was $15. I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. Guy puts it in, not even question.
And I'm like, Brandon, I'm so proud of you. The worst thing is that Brandon also had the discount that I have for the company, plus the discount of the card. How much did you pay for that shit, Brandon?
I think I paid like $13.
I think he broke the fucking store, and I love it.
No. The best one was when I had the birthday discounts, and it's like one time I win, I got like a video game and all this other shit, and like a fucking oatmeal, I think. And we took it, and it's like they actually in a weird way. The oatmeal and like the drink I got free because I saved so much money.
Yeah, he does that. I think he's stolen more from that store than anyone that works
there.
And
the thing is, I'm not intentionally doing it. It's not like it's like I'm manipulating it. Like, okay, the last one I kind of admit was. I'm not going to lie about that. But also,
but that's fine. That's fine. Doesn't matter. No, yeah. It's not our fault. That's how they come. It's DC's fault. So.
Yeah. But it's one of those things that like, if you ever want a deal and it's like a place, just send me loose in there. I'm going to come out with so much cheap shit, it's frightening.
Yep. He does that. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Like, the Final Fantasy game, the Rebirth game, I have the Collector's Edition, the Deluxe Edition, whatever you want to call it. I paid $30 for it.
Yeah, and that's usually like $70.
It was like $100, that edition was $107. I had a $75 gift card from my company because I just cashed in points because I've been a good little doobie somehow. and so I just applied it to that, and I paid $33 for it.
And that's fine. This is why I tell him, like, if you can pay less than you should, you just buy it. I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, and I abuse that, and you know I will.
Well, anyway, investors, remember the black book with the mirror. I'm begging you. It's
MNR joint with Rakagoth.
Yeah, please. We need this. We need this. Anyway. All right. That was fun.
Okay, so I feel like we kind of had some intense talk here. Do you want to go into this sweet baby talk, or do we want to go into the video and kind of palate cleanse? What do you feel?
We can palate cleanse.
All right, let's do that. So, what we have is we found this video last week of 90s slang and how to use it.
So, before we start the video, I'm just going to say our age is going to show so hard, it's not even fucking funny.
Yeah, it's gonna be a something. It's a something.
It's a couple of things that I was like, well,
time for a drink.
Get one. I already had my beer. So
yeah. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually going to go off the screen here. I have to go look at it from the Discord to kind of be in real time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be bobbing in and out in the chat. So if you guys are commenting, I'm going to check them. Illy, I'm going to tell you when to pause every so often, just so we're on the same page and we can kind of stop and dissect it. Okay.
Right.
All right, and you can stop it also at any point and talk about it also.
Oh, let me move. I'm gonna go to the screen of the fucking thing.
Yeah. When I see the screen up here, I'll tell you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a Flashback Friday thing, and it's we found this on Twitter originally, and you can run in and see if we have an ad first.
Let me see. No, it doesn't.
Okay, we're good.
It's great.
All right. So unmute that bitch. And Flashback Friday.
As if you've stayed up with the times, you know that awesome or big time will get the point across as in, that was an awesome evening segment I just saw.
All right, pause it.
Well, here are some other phrases you'll want to know if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a moment here and just comment on the scene right now in front of us. We're not even into the movie yet. We're not even into the video. I just want to comment on, I got to paint the picture. First off, great value. Dennis Miller is just strange in that white cardigan.
There is no ad, though. There's no ad.
I think she means on the streams.
Oh, okay. Is it? Well, I don't see it on mine.
We'll wait. Why don't we reset and we'll wait until that ad runs out? Or do you want to keep going?
I'll keep on going.
Okay,
hey, if you want no ads.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, before I'll tell you when to continue in a minute. But just let's just take this in. Just the sweatshirt, the kind of sort of mullet, the chiseled jaw that somehow Dennis Miller, somehow Tucker Carlson, and just the confused face in the pause. Good job on that, by the way.
Right. It's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. So let's take that into a moment here. So okay, so he's about to kind of knowledge drop us, on some slang. Continue.
Yo.
I want to be sure to sound hip in the 90s.
Stop.
A greeting.
Fuck, Brandon. Okay.
No, I just need to say this. You can rewind it a little bit. You were never hip in the 90s. Just accept that. Just accept that you were never happy, and you were never hip in the 90s. Just accept that. Okay? Okay, continue.
Be sure to sound hip in the 90s.
Yo, a greeting.
Yo, Curb, what's up?
Wait.
Stop.
They said.
Go ahead.
They said, Joe, a greeting.
Yeah.
Just so you know, bro. Just so you know.
Yeah, it's like, yo, bro, yo. And it's like, yo, Cub, what's up? I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck?
Let's go back to it for a second so people can actually indulge
You want to start from the top?
No, let's just put the yo.
Okay.
Yo, a greeting.
Yo, Curb, what's up?
Clutch the pearls.
What is clutch the pearls? But well, let's learn about it.
Said in amazement or disbelief.
Well, you know.
Wait. In amazement or disbelief, let me go back to it just so.
You want to just start yo with the yo, Cub?
Clutch the pearls. Said in amazement or disbelief.
Well, you know he's married.
Clutch the pearls.
Stop.
Who the fuck says that though?
Who the fuck says that? Who the fuck wears pearls like that at that age? Like that is an old woman's like pearls.
My mom has pearls, but she does. I don't think she used them. This is just my brain hurts. Can we continue?
I just love that it's like I don't remember ever using that phrase as a kid in the 90s. So All right, continue.
Bucked. In the 80s, it was just wasted.
I don't know how many I had, but boy, did I get bucked. I sure.
It's still wasted. I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
It's the word. It's like saying like oh fudge. It's like oh I got bucked instead of like I got fucked.
I mean that could be taken in a lot of ways. It's like, man, I bucked so bad last night. It's like that girl was just bucked.
I bucked so hard. Rakagat says the amount of cringe right now is too damn high.
yes, it is.
No,
Yes,
you
it is.
haven't. We're gonna see the second.
Or it could get worse.
Ooh,
Oh,
baby.
you got that one. That's right.
Yeah. Okay, let me keep it going.
I felt it the next morning. That was really the worst thing I'd ever done.
I hope you didn't
Can we stop for a second?
No way.
Sure.
Let's just take a moment here.
Yes.
Gary Busey was really mellow before that accident.
He looks like he is not into cocaine. Like you.
No, he looks completely chill. He's like, oh man, I'm an upright citizen and everything's gonna be good. Hey, what's that thing about coming near my head? All right, continue.
MacGyver, as in the TV show where the impossible is often accomplished.
I can't believe you got off that speeding ticket. What a MacGyver.
Stop.
That's really not the way we use it, kids.
Nope.
That's not how we use it.
So for those of you youngins that are just joining us, by the way, if you're here and you like talking to old people, like and follow, please. We always appreciate it. MacGyver is not meant to be that way. It was based off of a guy by the name of MacGyver from a TV show who, yes, I mean, the concept of what they're saying is doing the impossible. But doing the impossible usually involves some sort of rubber band or technology or just, fuck it, we're going to make this work.
It's like, we are playing more like, bro, I MacGyver that shit. Like,
Yeah.
my god, I did this.
It's like,
I MacGyver that.
it's like, how'd you get that to work? I MacGyvered it with duct tape and a rubber band.
That's pretty
But
much
it's a
how it
computer.
works. That's how
But
it
it's
works.
a computer. Yeah, and?
Always like that.
What a
Yeah.
MacGyver.
Norville, to secretly undermine.
What? I can't believe you saw your job. You've really been Norville.
Stop.
I stopped it. I get it.
Just anybody in the audience anybody that's young as old as us, anybody ever use the word Norville like that? Because I sure as hell didn't.
What is?
I don't even understand the context. Yeah, I mean, if anybody knows the
Yeah.
context, by all means.
I feel Norville, and I remember that show. That it's the.
I remember Deborah Norville, who sounded like she had the cough of a 90-year-old, and she was like 40 because of all the smoking.
I don't know. I don't get that one. This one and
Yeah.
Clutch the Pearls are just weird. And Clutch the Pearls, I still think it's something sexual, but I want to. I thought about a lot of butt things at that point, but I said, like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep
All
on
right.
moving with my life.
Also, let's stop here for a moment and just take in the 90s hair that's 80s.
It's that time. The 80s were ending and the 90s were starting. Rakagat says, I never heard this word before. Nobody.
Yeah, that this shows you how fast it died.
Yeah, nobody knows this shit. Anyway.
All right, continue.
Black & Decker, or a real tough assignment. You get the analogy, right?
This job
No.
is real grind. It's just a Black & Decker.
What does that fucking mean?
Black & Decker is a company that is like tools and shit like that. Like you would get a Black & Decker drill, or basically when you went to Home Depot and you saw Black & Decker, that's
Okay,
Black &
yeah,
Decker.
I know what Black & Decker is the brand, but like
I've never heard of it as like
I-
a real hard thing. I mean, I think we use Tonka Tough more now than we use that one.
Well, yeah. Okay, should I continue?
Let's just stop here for a moment and let's just admire the ambiance of the incredibly old computers that keep in mind, like I'm trying to look for something here in my face. My mouse probably has more processing power right now than that computer.
Look, I'm seeing like she has way too much fucking pencils here.
Yeah.
And then she has a Coke here, a Coke glass that's probably full
Not
of
a
coffee.
no, it's not even a Coke glass. Is it a Coke glass? It looks like one
No,
of
it's
those
a plastic
cups.
cups. It's not even plastic cups, it's those paper plastic cups. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Then the calendar that clearly has nothing in it. So it's just and the
Scene.
photos. I still think this is a photo from SeaWorld for some fucking reason.
Also, she's not wearing pearls.
She's
That's
not
a
wearing.
problem.
She's wearing a long fucking necklace, which I don't know what
Yeah.
it is, but it's probably glasses. I would bet it's glasses.
But she is in 90s regulation because she has a checkered shirt on, which could be constituted as flannel. Therefore,
Bro,
she passes the 90s test.
That's not. It's. I see polka dots in this shit, so I
Okay,
don't know.
well, fine.
The hair is more 80s. Wow, we're really nitpicking this shit.
Of course, that's why we're doing this.
And I don't know what she's reading down there, but I see something about Weavers something too. I don't know what the fuck that is. Anyway, moving on.
All right. Yeah, moving on.
Some phrases may be around forever.
Well, look, I gotta run. Peace.
Bye, Tom.
Peace.
Also, guys, can we stop for a second here and just admire Illy's great times of stopping? Because that guy is like, he looks like I'm so high right now. It's like Sleepy Joel.
Yeah, he looks very sleepy. But I always like the peace one. Is like peace. No, we don't say peace like that. We say peace. Anyway, let's see.
But I love how he's like. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I love how he's like, wow, I just love the excellent timing. Excellent timing. I just love how it's like some things never change, like peace. And it's just like, that wasn't even peace. That was like a passive aggressive fuck you to her.
Yeah, let's see that again. Let's see that again.
Let's go back to the tape.
Be around forever.
Well, look, I gotta run. Peace.
Bye, Tom.
One
And the girl's
last
like,
word for
bye,
Richard.
I don't want to see you ever again.
Peace. I always do that when I leave from work, like peace, and I leave. It's like, bye, bitches.
I don't think I've ever seen a more passive aggressive piece in my life. And I mean, yeah.
Isn't this great? I love it.
Yeah. All right, continue.
The 90s. You got to remember that hip slang changes rather quickly, so if you want to use any of these phrases, you better use them in a hurry. I mean, think of Bart Simpson. Cowabunga is dreadfully out of date, horribly out of style.
Wait. Did
This
you
is
hear?
1991, ladies and gentlemen.
No. Did you hear what that son of a bitch said? Like,
Hmm?
Bart Simpson doesn't say cowabunga. What does Bart Simpson say, Brand?
Ay caramba. I think he did say cowabunga, but we do equate that more with the Ninja Turtles. I get where you're going with it.
Yes.
But
No.
He did say cowabunga from occasion.
Better use them in a hurry. I mean, think of Bart Simpson. Cowabunga is dreadfully out of date, horribly out of style, and you don't want to appear biotic, do you?
He said biotic?
What the fuck does that even mean?
What does that even fucking mean? You're just making me feel bad, bro.
All right, and now you really want to show that other one we found, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So while she sets this up,
Yeah, I already have it set up.
I'm going to paint the picture here. So, if that was not white enough for you,
Yeah. Yo,
with the cardigan and the great value Dennis Miller we were talking about.
right.
Yeah, let me know when you're ready for that. We have found another video because look, the white people in the 90s wanted to go to the club. And for some reason they needed to know how to dance.
So for me it's
okay.
like, remember how they kind of dance in the RoboCop movie? This is kind of it. This is kind of
all right. So before you even hit play, blow that fucker up first of all.
I'm gonna blow.
Can you blow it up? Can you go flow screen?
Let me.
Yeah. I want to paint the picture once more. First off, we are learning club moves from
this white guy.
Yeah, this white guy who is like in every PSA telling you not to do drugs. Like, this is the guy they hire for all things to demonstrate.
It's a minute long. It's gonna be the longest minute in your life.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
because
say
we're gonna
that.
pause it and just dissect the hell out of this. Let's look at the two white people in the back first of all. They're not even in movement yet, and it's like this bad.
They already look awkward as shit. So let's.
Yeah.
Let me. Go.
Okay, hit play.
Now we have the pulse variation.
Stop it for a second. Okay, first off, we gotta talk about this. That music sounds like it belongs in a Transformers cartoon.
That's it.
Or it's like some 80s cartoon because it's so generic sounding.
It's so generic. At least I know that I'm not gonna be copyright infringed because this music is like, who the fuck does this? But like, they're gonna learn how to dance, people. Look at that guy doing those steps. I'm gonna rewind it for a second so we know what the name of this. This is called the pulse variations of dances. But look at the box steps. Let's just see how that guy moves because god damn, look those steps. Those steps. Look at that. Look at that.
I mean, the girl's not doing any good either.
And now the swivel pulse.
Swivel paw.
Okay, so pause a second. I just need to ask this. That old man is gay, right? We are not even questioning that at this point, right? Like the way he said that.
I don't know, Brandon.
Like, just listen to him here. Listen to him say it. Just listen to him say it. And like the smile on his face as he's explaining it. It's like, wait a minute. I just noticed that. Go ahead.
And now the swivel pulse.
Oh man,
he looks so excited. I'm
he
sorry.
does. He looks like I
Good
watched
for
these
him.
people dance for 2 hours and I have been mesmerized.
No, I feel like he's so wholesome about it. Like, good for him.
I feel like it's like you're saying he's so wholesome, and in his mind he's like, I'm gonna put that girl in the refrigerator later.
I feel like I used to dance like this when I was 6.
Followed by
Wait. Okay. I need a break for this. Just
Great pause, by the way, because that guy looks like he's about to like go.
He looks like he's holding
like
his
about to,
pee.
yeah, he looks like he's about to like do like a pelvic thrust or something. The way he's posed, it's like he's about to launch it out there, and that girl's like, "Oh,
No.
yeah, that sounds right."
Funky isolations.
Well, the funky monkey was copywritten.
God.
Okay, I have to ask the younger members of our audience. These are Fortnite dances now, right? I mean, I feel like I've seen these in like Fortnite promos.
Tell myself, like I feel like we're FOMO out of this.
Oh, I will feel I'm missing out. As a matter of fact, I'm like, I am not a dancer, but I feel like I would be a better dancer than that guy right now.
Yeah. Even your
I have zero rhythm, and I am very confident I can do better than him. Like, that's how bad this is. And it's like, I'm not sure if the girl is like keeping track with him or just like, all right, I'm just gonna let this go and then I'm getting paid. It doesn't matter.
It's terrible. Okay.
Continue.
It's awkwardly long. Oh, there we go.
And finally, the dance off.
Oh, the dance off, Brandon. Look at that. Those
like
shoulder pads. Jesus Christ.
I feel like this is like okay, I'll let fish pause. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. I feel like this is like you know how they were trying to get like non-AIDS stuff going, like they were like trying to be anti-AIDS and all that. I feel like that's their way of saying like you can flirt and do dancing, but you don't have to take your clothes off. Like, you know, that's the song you play. It's like, we don't have to take our clothes off. Stuff like that. That's like what I'm picturing in my head. Like people doing that. It's just like, haha, I'm totally not getting close to you. Haha, we're totally not having sex. Haha, what are you talking about? Haha, we're totally not having sex. But this was a waste of a date.
Got nothing. My brain is kind of rot right now.
Rocket God said like these dance moves. I'm like, are they even dance moves? I feel like these are just like steps to be awkwardly. It's like Elaine Benes learned how to dance from this video. I feel like.
And I honestly look. This is how we look now. When we used to dance in the early 2000s. That's how we look now.
I'm just gonna say this. Remember that whole dance where you like you put you like bent your foot and you grabbed it and you like hop back and forth in space?
Yes. yes.
Somehow that is a better dance step than those dance steps. Like that actually makes you look talented by comparison.
I remember when they used to do like the dance from the Fortnite thingy, and now like it's older kids. Like, oh God.
Yeah. Remember how the cartoons dancing Charlie Brown? Still better. Yes.
Oh my God. The craziness. Woo, baby. I like this fucking things. Like I wish I could show y'all everything that I find on the internet, but some things are just so not safe for work.
Yeah, but no, I mean that was like that was also the creepy gay guy just looking at the camera like, we're gonna show you dance moves today. Yeah.
Like that.
Like, honestly, here's the question I have for everybody. If you swap that guy out with Richard Simmons, would you notice a difference? I would argue no.
Yeah. I think so myself.
I actually feel like I need a shower, Rockagoth says.
We all need a shower. But well, I tried. I show y'all what we watch sometimes, which is funny.
Oh no, I just saw that and I'm like, well, this is something Trainwreck to watch. I have to share this now. It's like I've seen this now. The rest of the world has to see it.
Yeah, we wanted to watch this last week, but well, I think it's a good time right now because we've been angry the last couple of hours. the last couple of minutes in the hours, like, yeah, that's a good...
that was something there, man. I mean,
it's just fun to watch.
So remember, kids, when you're in the club, thanks for traumatizing us. Oh, no problem. We're happy to do that, Rocco. When you're in the club, make sure you do the funky isolation. That's really gonna like attract the other people to you.
It's just that you need to remember that's how they dance on RoboCop. I need to rewatch that thing just to like feel it, like with the.
I feel like RoboCop could actually do those dances too.
I think that was the idea. It's just like we were watching the other day. What was it? The Price is Right, and we were like all confused. Like, is this from the 80s or is this from the 70s? But it turns out that it was like 82. So it's like in the 90s, in 1990. Honestly, people were still in the 80s. Like, they were not letting go.
Like, okay, we always think about, like, the grunge and Nirvana and all that stuff. And, yeah, those guys were clearly in the 90s. They were the forward thinkers.
Yeah.
That was not the forward thinkers. Because, remember, Bart Simpson apparently was uncool because he said cowabunga, even though...
it's ay caramba. But that was... Oh, my God.
Which is funny because if you think about it, cowabunga's actually made a comeback, too.
I need to look for that video of the... I think it was the guy that serves stuff on the buffets. That one is just cringy as hell. Like, damn, I wish I had it on hand.
I think I saw, this was just something I found. Like, do you remember there was a restaurant chain called Sizzler? That might be for more of our West Coast people on the watch.
Okay.
They had a promo video to, like, try and get franchisees.
Mm-hmm.
And it was around this wheel at the same time. And it's like, I saw it and I was just like, woof.
We should watch a bunch of those. Those are really interesting.
That or like maybe like remember the nuclear fallout things to like get ready for nuclear war,
like
those type of things?
I feel like that'd be a cool thing to just do from time to time. Like that overwhelmed.
That might be a good one. Yeah, we might have to put a pin in that one.
Yeah, because it's like I get it. Like we have like stories and such, but this engages more. Also, I like traumatizing people.
Don't we all? Ghost Hands in. It's also a matter of what cultural center you belong. The 90s to me, us Western-centric culture was very different to the 90s. That is very true. That is very true, Ghost Hand. Welcome in, by the way. Yeah, they were more like, much more industrial, I would argue, like in culture.
Yes,
like it was very industrial aesthetic. Like I think of, and this is my only wheelhouse to this, and probably incredibly wrong. But remember, like, the Highlander series where they kind of showed what was, like, the considered cool things?
Yeah.
And it was, like, all, like, I think a better word would maybe be the sprockets, like the East German type shit.
Right,
like from Mike Myers, like that type of thing.
You know, I have a page that is called Scarred for Life, that it's about PCAs from from Great Britain. Brandon, if you want to traumatize one day, everyone, I can just handpick a couple of them and we can watch it, because there's one that is electrocuting kids. If I find it right now, I will put it.
It's a pity because I don't think we can get it, but that Shake Hands with Danger, I think that's too graphic for the channel. That's the only thing.
What is wrong with you? We should watch it. Just because.
We gotta find the unedited riff tracks one, like without riff tracks. That's the thing.
Yeah. No, we can find it. Like there's a bunch of like
there's a bunch of terrible ones.
Yeah.
Like I think I saw one, like I was just kind of flipping around the other night, and somehow my YouTube algorithm has kicked into like where it actually kind of works out now. I'm getting PSAs from like nuclear war age shit.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah. Man, bring the 90s back. Yugoslavia going through one of the most cruel ethnic genocides in recent memory. How about no?
Oh my God.
Well, it's funny how you mentioned that with what's going on with the Israeli stuff. Anyway, back on topic to nuclear warfare.
Wow.
Also relevant. Yeah.
Relevant, yeah.
Look, I cannot pivot out of that. Anyway, they had this one. It was like it was like a civil thing, but it was about how Portland, Oregon, in the event of a nuclear attack, can deal with it and like all that stuff, and it's narrated and all. It's fucking something.
Oh my God.
And these are all on YouTube for free, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's just that I think I saw this videos a while ago, and they're just mwah! Like they're just caviar for the eyes. Caviar for the eyes. But yeah, I need to look them up. Maybe next week I'll have like a couple of like set on the side so we can watch demented things. And that'd be great. That'd be awesome.
I will ironically take a nuclear hit in the face if makes Russia made over it, okay? Oh, mad. I think he meant mad.
Oh my god. Sounds awful.
It is what it is there. All right, so moving on to another story because, we had a palate cleanse after all that anger.
Right.
So I wanted to do this story. It's probably a week or two old, even I'm going to admit that. I kind of wanted to do this story because we had some past year of some things, and I kind of felt like this is a good way to get us on board.
Okay.
If you know about the company Sweet Baby when it comes to video games, so a good example is there's this company that they kind of help you punch up a narrative story in a sense, and they kind of give you a racial perspective. Now, already you're probably hearing this and going, what? You're talking about this? This will make sense in a moment. I promise you.
Okay.
So these guys have been doing games for Sony. They helped out with God of War Ragnarok. They did Spider-Man 2. They did another game. Okay, so they were doing some heavy hit stuff, and they're very minimal on their input. Like, they just get a little credit at the end, like, we're cool, we're going to take our cash and run. Okay?
Okay.
The game that everybody got pissed about with this was, are we ready? Do we have a drum roll thing on our... Let me look here. No, we got the dum.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. No, I got it now. The game everybody's, like, screaming at them about? Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Oh my god!
I knew that was going to be useful one day.
I told you. So, all the other games, that's fine. This one, they ruined the story of the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
That's where we're going to die on now, the story? It's not even like...
What the fuck? Okay.
Oh, I wonder... Well, it is because of one reason. These are guys that are just trying to make a living, and people are shitting on them for something incredibly stupid. And I am not going to, like, say, oh, they're screwing up or something like that. It is not that. It is actually, and by the way, the comment I'm commenting to is the whole Sweet Baby thing is pointless engagement, rage bait. It's not even worth discussing at all. I think it is for one simple reason, and that is people need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's not I don't think what they're doing is bad. If you actually read articles about what they have done, they're actually trying to strengthen, like, things in the story to help people, not just scream at them that it's like, oh, it's woke. Most of the stuff they talked about was not really woke stuff that I found out.
Right. So.
But it's like, this is the hill the internet wants to die on, is all this rage baity stupid shit, which I get. We shouldn't be talking about it. And look, in a past time on this show, that we'd be going head to head with a few people on it. I know that. And this is why I'm kind of trying to talk about this, is more, we don't think this is a bad thing, and we want to kind of present a different perspective of, these are guys just doing a job. And we should not be attacking them for doing a job that, they're good at. Maybe they're good. It's like all up to opinion, but it's like in the grand scheme of things, they really shouldn't be talked about that much.
Right. I think they're like, everyone is just trying to make rage against the Suicide Squad thing because of the Suicide Squad.
I feel like that's more of a everybody is trying to find something to blame Suicide Squad on, except for the actual problems with Suicide Squad.
Right.
Because if you see the gameplay of Suicide Squad, most people and most of the stuff I've seen that people previewed or talked about it with was more, the gameplay's got interesting ideas, there's some good mechanics here, but they're really bogged down in this generic loot shooter shit.
Okay.
And it's not like the story, like, I could give a fuck. Look, Illy can back me up on this. They announced a Suicide Squad game. This is long before we knew all the crap was going on about it. I saw it and I said, it's going to be a multiplayer game and it's going to suck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Goscan posted something.
Okay.
Can you check it?
I'm checking it here. I'm sorry. I do understand, Ghostan says, I do understand the worry for performative activism, but for the most part, most of the games they worked on is really subtle stuff. It doesn't help most people worked up over... Yes, no, we are in agreement here, sir. We are. We're not even... But it's like, I feel like what I'm trying to get across here is always come to these Twitch channels, and you always come to these things, and you always get the rage attacks and all that. And I'm not saying we have not done our share here. We have.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also trying to say it's like when we kind of talk about these things, I would like people to kind of come here and see, oh, well, they actually have a measured opinion and they kind of know some stuff. Let's hear them out before I scream at them.
Right.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Ghost Hand, in regard to Suicide Squad, the Metropolis they built is legit cool. It's just attached to a bland gameplay framework. 100%.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
even argue.
Oh,
I have no notes, sir.
I think the problem with that game is that I felt like it was too lazy. Like, you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's like, people are getting bored. Simple as that.
Yeah. Some things I would like to bring up about, like, the Sweet Baby thing is, I read this on an Aftermath story. So, I already know I'm saying Aftermath. Everybody's like, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
They have some good stories sometimes. One of the things they brought up in the story was what they did in God of War Ragnarok, and this is why I kind of am supporting these guys. They're in a fantasy world. They're in a fantasy setting, obviously. And I'm sorry, this will be spoilers. I know Illy hasn't played this, but I just need to get this out there. So when Atreus goes into another mystical world, and he meets somebody of his kind. Okay?
Right. Yeah, I think you told me about this.
It's a black girl.
Yeah,
okay?
I saw that.
Yeah. But everybody's and what they did was they went in and they said, okay, but they didn't put any of the cultural stuff from our world on it. They kind of said, okay, well, how would this person work in this world? Like, they didn't bring any of that they knew. They were trying to work it in the framework of that world, and it helped the narrative strength of that story, in my opinion. That's but one example. It wasn't a woke thing. It was like, oh, you got this person. Oh, okay. Oh, well, we'll work this out this way.
Right.
Yeah. Some of the stuff they did in the Spider-Man 2 game, if it's what I think it is, wasn't my cup of tea. I felt it was a little explanatoriness for some reason, but that's just me.
Right.
Ghost Hand, I would appreciate if these companies like Sweet Baby Inc. were also championing accessibility features like options for visual and physically impaired, which some of them kind of do. That's just really cool. So, I don't disagree with that either, and it's more of, I don't know how to explain that one because I really don't have the visual impairment, but I mean, I'm not saying that these are bad things. I know Tekken 8 has a lot of accessibility features for visibly impaired people to make the game understandable so you can see things.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, if we're moving to that subject, at least some companies are not actively trying to do it in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think there should be more of that because, if we're making these devices that can make people go crazy on accessibility and actually play games, hey, that gaming is always diverse. You can always say, well, it's always like most people, when they read books, are identifying whatever race is common to them. So it's kind of the same subject as in video games. Just because that person, like when you create a character, there's like a bunch of shades for a reason. It's because we're all different shades of color.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, and of course you're going to do that.
Yeah. Look, honestly, it's tragic because I feel like people are just hating because of hate. Let's just face it. It's what it is.
Like, I will say this: if we have hate when we're here, I would like to feel it's justified hate.
Yeah.
Like we usually are kind of like, oh, you people are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
For as much criticism I have towards The Last of Us 2, they have some of the best accessibility options in the industry. There's legally blind people who beat Last of Us 2. Yeah, I'm all for that type of stuff. There's a lot of problems I have with story, but it's not because of content of the story. It was execution I have problem with.
Yeah. I think the problem with... I still think that the fucking Last of Us 2 was, like, very short and very useless.
I felt it was unbelievably padded.
Super padded. Like, it would have ended with their fight and that was it. And the last fight was like, why? Like, who cares? Like,
I even argue that Spider-Man 2 was really padded. Like, the Kraven shit was not needed. It went nowhere. It just set up the MacGuffin of Venom. That's all it did. It was a waste of Kraven.
That kind of sucks because I saw that as like, and then suddenly Venom. What the hell is going on?
Sony has always had a hard-on for Venom. I don't know. It's like if they could put Venom into like cereal, they would.
Right. Hey, I'd be eating Venom. Oh, speaking of that, I know it's a change of pace, but something completely different. I've noticed that Lego is putting like fucking Venom on every fucking character. Like there's
Well,
like
that's probably
a
by
million.
dictation. That's probably by dictation of Disney.
What? Why?
Disney does technically own the rights to Spider-Man and Venom, and they can make a variant where it's like, oh, well, you wanna make a new Lego set? Just put some black on them. They're cool. Like put some symbiote goo.
We have so much Venom bullshit that it's like, why? So
there's not even a big project. Like I know they're making another Venom movie, but it's like
there's a third one, coming.
Yeah, but it's not like, okay, if it was like the Avengers and they were making Avenger variants of everything, I could kind of see that making sense because everybody knows the Avengers.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like a lot of people when it comes to Venom don't realize the only people that know about Venom or actually care about Venom are the people that probably read the comics. Most of us don't give a shit. It's like, oh, Venom again? Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I think the one that I saw was Groot, baby Groot as fucking Venom.
Yeah, I saw that one.
It's so dumb. It's like, why? But sure, why not? Whatever.
By the way, can we talk about marketing agency for a minute here? Can we talk about Targetmas Prime? I just found that amusing.
What now?
Remember I showed you they have a Target Optimus Prime coming?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my fucking God. For the love of God.
And it's so dumb. I'm like, I kind of want it just for the stupidity purpose.
So, Ghost Gun says, to be fair, Sony Venom movie was alright, mostly due to Tom Hardy being awesome.
Yo, 100%.
So, I need to say that I recently saw them back-to-back, the first one and the second one, and the second one wasn't that good, but it just gave me some, like, oh, so that's what happened on the Spider-Man movie. That's pretty much all it did.
I feel Venom is great, but
excuse me.
They want to turn him into, like, for lack of a better term, a Harley Quinn type situation that, like, well, he's a bad guy, but he's good. When it's like, no, the best Venom is when he's like, I'm screwing you up. I'm just going to drop you off this building. Bye now.
Fuck. It's just that, I don't know. Like, I saw it, and the second one was, like, just kooky. Does that make sense? Because, honestly, the fucking, what is it, Carnage? God damn, Carnage looks awesome. Like, I was, like, seeing it on a good screen also, let's be fair.
To be fair, I feel was that movie rated R? I can't remember.
I don't think it was R because I saw it, it was pretty bleh.
Yeah, because that's the thing. For a movie with Carnage and Venom to work, it needs to be R-rated, because it's like Carnage is one of the most vicious characters in the comic books.
Yeah.
Like, he is like a sociopath, legit sociopath.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to see him, like, it's kind of like the rated R Joker movie. We saw the Joker be Joker.
Yeah.
And imagine having that restraint unleashed from PG-13. And you can get away with a lot on PG-13 these days. I'm not even saying you can't.
Right.
But I feel like if you had that R barrier, you could push to a very intense level and make the character, and Venom for that matter, much better. Because Venom is kind of like, oh, the symbiote's bad, but he's learning from the human. Oh, it's the regular Odd Couple. Tune in for Venom 3 coming soon.
I mean, the Venom movie, the first one was fun. It was fun. But the second one, it was like,
wow.
Oh.
It's a shame. The second one was originally going to be rated R. It was going to have Carnage dressed as the Pope slashing people apart. That's the Carnage I want! Yes!
They didn't fucking kill the fucking priest on the second one. Which is kind of sad.
Yeah, we need to get that. We need to get, like, the guys that did the Castlevania show that hate religion on that one, man. They're going to go to town.
I love the first 5 episodes because those first 5 episodes, like, we're just going to shit on your religion, boy. I mean, yes! Yes! Do that. Yes, do that. For the love of God.
Yeah, I'm about to make you watch Dogma later, so you're really going to get a...
Oh, boy.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, my God. But, yeah, I mean... To be perfectly honest, isn't like Kraven coming soon? I mean,
yeah, and it's like I like Kraven, I like the concept, but I feel like this is again what I'm kind of concerned about with Sony. I feel like they want to make their Sony universe so desperately that every company wants to make their own Marvel version now. They want to make their own Marvel, and the problem with that is, look, we can even talk about this. You were talking about like the guy that was screaming about Captain Marvel online.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Before we get to that, I will just say this. There will never be another of magnitude Marvel Cinematic Universe because that was lightning in a damn bottle.
Hell yeah.
Tell me when I'm telling lies there, because it was that. I mean, it's unheard of. Because even I remember when I came out and we were talking about it, and I was like, I heard somebody say it's like they're doing the Guardians of the Galaxy. Really, the Guardians of the Galaxy? This thing's over. It's gonna tank. Next thing you know, it is like one of the hottest franchises.
It's the best fucking movies on Marvel. Anyway, Ghostgan says,
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Kraven should have been a mockumentary-style BBC nature documentary centered around hunting. I would watch the fuck out of that shit.
You know what would
So
actually
hard.
be better? Hear
What?
me out on this.
What?
Right idea, but make it about poachers and Kraven's a poacher.
Oh! Oh! I want that. Now I want that. Can somebody call Marvel?
Sony, call me. Sony Marvel, I'm right here if you guys need ideas.
Today is one of those days that we need a bunch of people that give us money to do stupid shit. Like, it's good ideas. It's
Like,
good
so,
idea.
Here, so far tonight, we have Kraven POV as a poacher, and then we have a series that is going to be the first volume of the book is going to be just the title, and then we're going to have black and white versions of the volume 2 that end with basically "you suck."
You know what? They don't do enough mockumentaries that look real anymore. Like, they should do those.
I think the last one that did it was that Documentary Now show they had.
Oh, that was great. That was fucking great. I wish I could watch it.
All right, hope you feel better, Rock. Have a good one.
Yeah,
And by the way, if you guys are not following yet, make sure you follow Rockagoth and check out the Basement Podcast where she is interviewing people. Wow, I cannot type tonight.
I can't. Type right, Brandon.
There we go. And she's got new episodes up on Fridays, so go to your preferred platform of choice and give her a follow on the podcast and enjoy.
Yeah.
All right, so back to our topic. By the way, if you guys are just joining us, we're just talking at this point. This is the Half-Ass Show on Magic Ninja Robot. If you guys like what we're talking about here, please do give us a follow. It's always appreciated. So, yeah, Documentary Now was the last show I think that kind of did that.
Yeah, like I like the horror ones because they're like just insane. But there's some that like you fall for it hard. But they should do like the thing is about the Documentary Now. It's a mock from an original documentary, which I found hilarious.
I still love when they found out they were doing season 2. I still love that story.
Didn't like who was it?
So Bill Hader was like one of the producers. He was one of the stars, and Seth Meyers of Late Night with Seth Meyers fame was one of the guys that helped produce it. And Hader was on his show, and he's like, "Hey, they just announced we're actually going to be renewed for a second season." And Hader's face and voice were like, "Oh,
Ray!"
Like they just finished, and he was talking about how shitty it was or something. He's like, "We're going to do another season." Ah, crap.
I mean, I love the first episode with the
Talking Heads. Was that the one?
No, the first one was the two old ladies living by themselves.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that was just like golden. Every second of it was like great. I also like the one from the cult with fucking Owen Wilson being the cult leader, and turns out that it was like the FBI or some bullshit like that. CIA.
No, the best one for just like music nerd stuff was the Talking Heads one, because it's like they almost did like a shot for shot one of that one.
Yeah, that was great. I love that. I wish I could watch that. It's just nuts.
Yeah, it's like I think it was something of the extent of it was like the Stop Making Sense documentary. If somebody else did it, was it boiled down to?
Right. Oh my god.
Okay, so the Captain Marvel thing. Please explain what's going on. Speaking of rage, obviously.
So apparently, if I read correctly, Marvel wants to not do like take chances or take risks. That's I think it was.
And Ant-Man 4 is no longer happening, they said.
Yeah, Ant-Man, whatever number it is, because I don't know, it's 4, I guess. And Miss Marvel or Marvel, whatever. It's not gonna be a third movie, which I was like, well, good, because the first one was a fucking shit. Like, it was a shit show, not gonna lie there.
Yeah.
This person that I was talking with got really angry with my comments because I said, like, well, that was a major flop, not gonna lie there. But he started giving me numbers about, oh yeah, it's a major flop, and he showed me like a bunch of like it did who knows how much millions and billions and whatever and worldwide, and me, well, if you think about it, it was the movie for Endgame. Was it Endgame?
It was the last movie before Endgame, because they had a clip at the end to kind of hook it up.
So no, it wasn't Endgame. It was the other one.
Yeah, it was. No, it was Endgame.
Oh yeah, you're
because
right.
they had Samuel L. Jackson saying "motherfucker" as he faded.
To be perfectly honest, Endgame was too long, but I loved it. Anyway, yeah, we all watched that one because she was supposed to be a MacGuffin to that one. It's like, well,
and how?
Yeah, and I'm like, well, we honestly, of course, you're gonna do money because we all.
Oh, for the love of God! Haven't any of you ever been in a cult before?
Yeah, pretty much. Like the guy was like adamant that it's like, I don't know who people you were talking, but because my opinion was like, okay, it did money, yes, for sure, but like we all watched it. We all had to watch it. But everyone that I talked with pretty much said, well, that was stupid. Like that wasn't a good movie.
I think the only person that won from that entire movie was Trent Reznor because she wore the Nine Inch Nails shirt.
Was it? And I didn't even get the fucking shirt. I wanted that shirt. That's the sad thing about it. But it was more of a like it was pretty bland. Right? That's
Look,
the word.
once I watched the movie, and this is not a knock, but it was like once they started playing No Doubt as she's doing the fights, and I'm like, really? Ugh.
To be perfectly honest, I don't remember half of that fucking movie.
That's all I remember is like she gets her powers back and they start singing the song, and I'm like, there's so many better songs than this. Why did you choose this one? Like she's wearing 9 Inch Nails, just do like, Closer or something like that. I don't know. I
disconnected my brain from it. Like hard. And I love the actors there, except the main girl. I thought she was very bland. It's like, wow, you're so forgettable. It's not even funny. So, look, I don't doubt that the characters was good. And then they show her on Endgame, and she was there for 5 seconds in the start, and then she was 5 minutes at the end. So,
yeah, she did the Goku.
And then she did she showed up right at the start when she has the short hair. It was like, whoa.
I meant like at the end. She literally did the Goku. Like she came in, like how Goku and Dragon Ball was always like, I'm gonna come in at the 11th hour and save everybody. That was her, and everybody's like, where the fuck have you been? We could have been done an hour ago.
But to be perfectly
like Tony
honest,
could still be alive.
Yeah, because of her, we don't have Tony. And then the power girl power thing is like, oh my god, I'm a girl and I didn't like it. Like I don't think anyone of my gender like that fucking thing.
I think the one in Infinity War was better because it was just basically like everybody was just kicking ass, and at the end it's like, why did we bring her first?
Right. But I mean, then the guy came out like, well, I don't know who you're talking with. All of my friends liked it. I mean, you're a 19-year-old guy. I get it. I understand. When was this out?
We were just
married, right?
I was we were at Cormark, so it's 2 years or so. No, do you like being patronized?
It's just that, bro. I was very pissed off, and I never really continue drama on Twitter because I get tired. There's always that.
But there's always that
kid,
one.
The angsty kid. And I told Brandon, like, am I wrong on saying this? For most of the things, like, I understand, but I didn't understand that one. And I understand that they stopped doing fucking movies like that if it's not making the money. If 2 people liked it, hey, God bless your heart.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. That being said, at least we're getting another season of The Good Daredevil, essentially.
Yeah. It's like canon, right? If I'm correct? Like the show?
Yeah, they're bringing Foggy and Karen back. I'm like, all right, cool.
But it's what I'm saying, like, look, I'm just gonna point it out right now, and I know Brandon is gonna be like, ugh. But I know, going back to the Suicide Squad thing, I do like the Suicide Squad. I do like it. Because I like the stupid bitch. I like Harley Quinn. Honestly, I do. I have the movies. Most of them. I don't think I have the last one. I don't remember if
I will say I like the James Gunn one. I will say that. I like the James Gunn one. I'm not saying that my problem with it was my problem with the first Suicide Squad was
it was bad.
That was bad, but it was bad because they were trying to make. If they had just said, "Hey guys, we're going to make a Joker and Harley Quinn movie," I'd have been like, "All right, I'm in." But it's like, well, we're going to make this movie, but it's going to be with these 2 characters, and they're not going to be that important. I'm like, they're going to be completely important because they're going to be in every scene.
Yeah.
It's more just Alien did better girl empowerment in 1979. Weaver is a can't argue that.
She was rocking that bikini. I'm just gonna say that. Even though that she has nothing. Poor girl. Poor woman. But still my mommy. She will still always be my mommy. But the fact of the matter is, like, yeah, it did bum me down because they cut out a lot of things that was supposed to be with the little dude and Harley. It's like, even Leto was kind of pissed off.
I will even say this. As an unapologetic, I am sick of Joker and Harley Quinn guy. I thought the stuff that they did tease with them was fascinating because it's like the Joker sitting at the club and Harley's just like whatever now, and he's like, I did that. I broke her.
Yeah, I did that
like,
shit.
Yeah, and it's like that's the entire relationship with those two in a nutshell, which I feel people always forget is Harley Quinn was a freaking genius. She was, she's a psychiatrist and all that stuff, and she did rehab and doing good things. 5 minutes with the Joker, and she went Looney Tunes.
She was
that's the corrupting nature of the Joker. I thought it was a great commentary.
Yes, that's what I liked. That's what I expected. What happened? No. No. You don't get that.
Because now DC wants to make her like a Venom, an anti-hero, because now she's kind of like a satellite of the Bat family.
A what now?
She's sort of affiliated with the Bat family now, kind of.
Why? In the comics.
Because they want to market. That's the only reason. They saw, here's the exact reason why. Not trying to be a dick here. Cute girl, anti-hero. Print money.
Okay. I gotcha. The character is good. Everyone likes her. Period. Everyone likes her.
The character's overrated and used repeatedly, and that's the problem with her, in my opinion. Is like we used her too much, and we keep trying to shoehorn her into things that she shouldn't be in.
Look, let's be fair. I like Birds of Prey because it was dumb as shit, and I laughed a lot with the fucking beaver thing. I thought that was hilarious. Then the James Gunn one, I thought it was good because they didn't make it the Harley Quinn movie. It was actually more Peacemaker bullying
Idris
Elba, which I love.
But they also had a team dynamic.
Yes.
That's what made that work. The original Suicide Squad did not work because they couldn't decide, do we go with the team or do we go with Harley Quinn?
Yeah. They already did the Harley Quinn movie. That's it. That's all they wanted, and that's fine. I mean, I thought it was fun. But that's my opinion. That's just my opinion. But
I will say this. Margot Robbie, very talented. I'm not taking it. I thought she, like, for a guy who doesn't like Harley Quinn, I have to be honest and go, she did a damn good performance. She did think of things. I'm not saying that the character is unredeemable, but it's just the way DC uses her. It's like they're trying to make her a Venom when it's like, use sparingly, you will get more results. It's like, let's make Darkseid in every comic. Right. That sounds great on paper, but Darkseid, less is more.
Yeah, I know that you like Darkseid. I get it.
Yeah. But when because it's sort of like, how do I explain this? If you keep using a character so much, every time you use them, it dilutes the luster.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So when you bring in Darkseid, usually Darkseid is sort of denoted as like a heavy hitter in the DC Comics.
Right, okay.
If you bring in Doomsday, you can use him as a repeated punching bag because it's Doomsday. It's kind of built that way. Darkseid comes in. He's the guy that's kind of running the show. You don't reveal him until you're near your end or you have another twist you want to play.
Which I didn't like that on the fucking Snyderverse.
Well, the problem with Darkseid in that one was it was not Darkseid as much as people want to say it. It was like there were so many there were so many things wrong with the interpretation of that because Darkseid would not be in the thick of it on Earth. Darkseid comes in at the end when things are about to wrap up and curb stomps. He sends everybody else first.
Right.
Darkseid turning his tail and running back to Apocalypse is something I've never seen in my life. It's like, he comes out as a winner. He does Xanatos Gambits left and right in the comics.
Okay.
And that's what I was saying. It's like, he ran away. It was like, so out of character. Like, I was pumped. I was like, okay, we got an idea here. I like this. Darkseid, great. Wow, you really crapped the bed here, Snyder.
Yeah. I've heard this way too much.
Well, you opened that door on this one.
Yeah, no, I just wanted people to know how we are.
But if you like what you hear and following.
But the thing is, what I'm trying to say, and it's more my thing, I get it. I'll stick around with the Margot Robbie thing, but now there's gonna be like 2 new fucking Harleys, which is gonna be great. One is gonna be the anime one, which I kinda wanna watch because they just put it on Isekai with Suicide Squad.
Oh, goody.
You don't have to watch it.
I'm not.
Exactly. There's a
And
lot
it's not
of
because it's not because the Suicide Squad's because of isekai, because I find those to be just dumb.
They're awesome. What's wrong with you? You're gonna throw fucking King Shark in this shit. I'm just there for King Shark, and they are putting the fucking Peacemaker from the movie, which is even more greater.
I do have to give look. There is one redeeming thing about Suicide Squad. Now that I think about it, I keep forgetting this.
What?
Samoa Joe is King Shark in the Suicide Squad game. Game over.
But the game is still shit.
No, it's still shit, but it's like there's one redeeming quality. It's that.
I guess I like Sylvester Stallone more because he sounds so dumb. I'm sorry, but he does.
I know, but still, it's like if I had to like find something, it's like, you know, when you find something that's a piece of crap, you try to find something to like about it. I'm like, Samoa Joe's doing something. Okay.
Then the next one is the one that I hate, and I kind of need to watch because every time I say this, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, but this is literally the thing of insanity.
Okay, can you just tell me? Because I apparently don't know this.
The Joker 2?
Oh, that.
With fucking Lady Gaga? Hija de la chingada. Like, that's one of those things like, oh, the first one was great. The Joker one, the first Joker
Joker
movie,
1's great.
It was so goddamn good. It's like, yeah, you know what? I love the perspective of the mental person, especially as if it's Joaquin Phoenix. But now it's like, oh, let's drop fucking, what's her face? Lady Gaga and me.
You know, I'll even say this. Like, I hear the concept of the Joker 2, like the musical side of it, and I'm like, you know, with the Joker, that's just crazy enough to work. Because in his screwed up mind, as we talked about earlier when we were doing the comic book, if it was AI or not, he sees things differently. So what if he does see the world in a weird way, like a musical? I'm like, that's just crazy enough of an idea to work. But you put Lady Gaga in there and I'm out. Because name me one movie name me one good movie she's been in.
None. Or my perspective, but
yeah.
It's
I open it to the chat too. Name me one good movie, and it can't be a remake.
I only heard that she was good on that fucking show, American Horror Story.
Because she probably had to act 2 minutes.
No, she was actually a villain on that shit, and she was in every fucking episode. So she actually.
All I'm gonna say is editing is a wonder sometimes. Look, if you have a good editor, a lot can clean up.
What was the last one that I saw that it had also Jared Leto? Fuck. The one with the designer, I forget. House of Gucci. That one? I think it.
Or Versace.
Versace. That one. That was so bad. Like, yeah, the driver. Why did you have to fuck her? That was my whole movie. Like, but that was just.
So the thing with Jared Leto that drives me up a wall is he does so much dumb shit. And then he goes and does a movie like Blade Runner and just kills it. It's like, I want this, not that.
He was really good on Dallas Buyers Club. He made me cry.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like, he can really act. And it's like, the fact that he was like, I'm going to be on set blind the entire time to him. I'm like, okay, you're a method actor. I respect that.
Yes,
yes. Yeah, but it's like, you can do, clearly, you're a good actor. Now, you're shoehorned down our throats sometimes, but I get it. They're going to hit the hot actor at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't like how he fucking acted after the Joker. He got kind of a crybaby, but with the Blade Runner thing, he was pretty dope. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, he was a great villain in that.
Yeah, I love that. And I feel like that's the thing. He can be a good villain, but he needs to, like, lower the fucking bar, my man. That's all he needs.
Unless he's told to be hammy. If he's hammy, I'm sure, you know, cows come home.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But, no, it's like I said, like, I am always trying to give them the benefit of the doubt to people. Like, maybe this is the one, but it's never gonna be that one.
Yeah.
With the Lady Gaga. But well, anyway.
Okay, I think we're gonna wrap up on that note tonight.
Yeah, because I feel like we're rambling.
Yeah. What do you got going on this week? You got anything planned for this week?
I got no fucking clue because I have a bunch of commissions. So I may be doing some in stream if possible.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going on. My work sadly has been very erratic. So I
have a good one,
don't
Sam.
know.
By the way, if guys, you need a commission and you want one from our designated bras, check out our various socials or get in touch with her on Discord. And, you know, we had that discussion earlier, but she's always open to commissions and she's pretty good. Obviously, we have plenty of people that can reference that at this point.
right now I'm doing like a how many are there? 4 illustrations, I think. So my way of working is like you give me the idea, I give you a sketch, and then we go from there. Simple as that. I'm very easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Literally, try before you buy.
Yeah, and everything I manage it on Discord. So if you're like want me to do something, I am on Discord and I share you every fucking step of the way. I'm not like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hit me
So
up.
if you want to get in touch on the channel chat here, you can send us a message on whatever, if it's on YouTube, if it's on Twitch, send us a message here. We will happily hook you up with that person. Yep. You know, obviously, if you want to get in touch on my socials, I will happily hook you up with her also. That's not a problem. We just need to know.
Yeah, I'm available.
What I got going on this week, I'm sure something. We might head back to Tekken. We might head back to the Tekken rank. I'm not really sure.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
I kind of want to play Elden Ring over again, but that's...
Okay, so that might be something this week.
Yeah, for palate cleansing.
For palate cleansing, yeah.
Incredibly.
Yeah. Also, I'll say if you guys like what you hear sometimes and you want to see it in audible or word form, please consider checking out my Substack. I'm trying to post a little more there. When I get ideas for stories, I will throw them up. As I get done with the review for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I will put my review up there. So when I get that closer, you guys will be to know.
Oh, good. Something to look forward for.
It's just working the game and working through it and all that. If you want to see the process I've done on that, that's obviously on Substack right now, showing all I did, how I review, and what I use for criteria and all that stuff. So
makes sense. That's kind of cool. Not gonna lie.
But with that in mind, thank you everybody for watching tonight. If you guys like what you heard, please consider giving us a follow. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. It's always good to have that. And we will be back next week for another episode of the Half-Ass Show with God knows what's going on here on Magic Ninja Robot.
I was gonna say, if anyone has stupid videos to share, you can send it to the Discord or you can send it to my Twitter, and I will come out if y'all want to traumatize us.
Yep.
Hey, it's always good.
Okay.
So.
All right, sorry about that.
That's fine.
All right, have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Good night, everyone.